Hello everybody and happy Friday. I'm coming to you live with our Fancy Fold Friday video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week and staying warm in this cold weather we're experiencing in Canada. It is supposed to get warmer this weekend though, so it's looking up. It's also Valentine's Day this weekend and a long weekend, so things are just looking up today, so I hope you guys have been having an amazing week. Just before we get started, I want to make sure that I mention if you like and share this video, I will enter you into a draw to win some of the cards that I make this month. So make sure you hit like and then share, and then I'll enter your name into a draw. I'll probably do the draw live on a video as well. So before we get going, I want to make sure I mention that, so this next screen you are going to want to take a screenshot or get pen and paper and write this number down. So this is our February hostess code. If you are going to be placing an order under $200 this month, make sure that you use this code. Actually, that is the wrong code. I don't know why it is showing that code right now. Just 1 second. I'm going to get the right code for you. Of course, it is not updated. So the correct code is X7UTSWUU. I apologize for that. That is the wrong hostess code. The correct one is X7UTSWUU. If you are going to be placing an order under $200, make sure you use that code. If you need it, send me a message and I will message it to you. If you're going to be spending over $200 this month, do not use that code. You will automatically get some free product from Stampin' Up! But again, if you're going to be spending under $200, use that code and you'll be entered into a draw for the hostess benefits for this month. Okay, so we'll just get into it here. I do have a few things I want to go over with you. The first is our starter kit promotion that we're having right month. So right now, if you choose to sign up, you will be saving more than 50% off. So that's basically our special right now. The cost of the starter kit is $135. That includes your shipping. You get to pick out $165 in free product. So basically you're getting $30 free, but you're only spending $135 for it. Plus, Stampin' Up! Is going to throw in a free $30 paper pumpkin kit. And as well, on top of that, until the end of the month, they are going to throw in 5 packs of 6x6 designer series paper. Now, this is paper that is going to be available in the new annual catalog that even I don't have access to yet. That's over a $78 value, absolutely free. Plus, you will get all the business supplies that you need to start operating your business. However, there is no obligation to sell. If you are not interested in selling the products, but you're interested in signing up to get all this free stuff, you would get, sorry, I've got all tongue-tied here, you would get a demonstrator ID number that would give you 20% off on all future orders. So it's well worth signing up right now, because not only do you get more than 50% off all of this stuff, you also get 20% off on all future orders, so well worth signing up. One other thing before we get going too is I just wanted to mention to you the Hey Chick and Hey Birthday Chick bundles. So if you have been a fan of Stampin' Up! For quite a few years, you'll remember back in 2017 that they had this super cute little Hey Chick celebration stamp set. Now how cute are these little guys? Now this stamp set was so popular that Stampin' Up! Has created some dies to go with it, and they are offering them both right now as a bundle. If you purchase both, you get 10% off. The bundle price is $60.25. This is available until June 30th. As well, if you've seen the new mini catalog, they've come out with this adorable little coordinating Hey Birthday Chick bundle. It's got the same little chicken characters, but with some cute new sayings like "You're still a spring chicken" and "Best of cluck." They've also paired it with some dies. These dies are not in the mini catalog. This is only on this flyer. They're offering this bundle as well at 10% off. The cost of this bundle is $59.25. And to sweeten the pot, if anybody purchases either the stamp sets or bundles or just the dies, I will throw in a free tutorial showing you how to make this super fun waterfall card. How adorable is that? I love these interactive cards. So again, if you make that purchase from me using your February hostess code, you will get this tutorial for free from me, okay? And as well, I just want to show you guys, so if you are new to stamping or a beginner stamper, I am offering a new free workshop every month. So on the first Monday of every month at 7:30, I am going to be hosting a cocktails and cards night via Zoom. Again, this class is absolutely free to new stampers, so if you are interested in attending the class, just shoot me a message and I will get you a card kit sent out. The class will only be about probably 15 to 30 minutes because we're just going to make one card. But it's just to show those of you who might be interested in Stampin' Up! Or stamping or maybe picking up a new hobby what it's all about. And that's why I'm offering it absolutely free. Now, if you're not interested in stamping, but you'd still like to attend, you could definitely grab your cocktail and join us on the Zoom meeting. To find the link for the Zoom, you can either head over to my Facebook page, or if you head over to my blog, stampinwithlindsayl.blogspot.com, on the right-hand side of the page, there is a link that says Cocktails and Cards. And if you just click there, then you will find the Zoom link to attend the class. Again, it's going to be the first Monday of every month at 7:30. And our first class, we are actually going to be using the Simply Citrus card kit to make these adorable little cards. You do not have to have stamps to make these cards. All you need is a pen, but I will send you everything else you need to make the card. Okay? And lastly, before we get into our Fancy Fold Friday card, I just wanted to mention to you a new card club that I am starting. The card club is called, well, basically just the card club. What will happen with the club is every month you will get a sort of subscription box that includes everything you need to make 6 cards, 2 of each of 3 designs. As well, the kit will include a minimum of $20 in free Stampin' Up! Products. So this is just a sample of some of the products that you could receive in your subscription box. On the first of every month, I will post an email out, a sneak peek of what that kit will look like. The kit will be surrounded around one stamp set only. The stamp set will not be included in the kit, just in case you may already have it or you're not interested in that stamp set and you prefer to use another one. You definitely can. But the stamp set is available as an add-on to your membership kit. So on the 1st, I will post the sneak peek, and then you'll have the option to sign up by the 10th. Now, your sign-up options are the to-go membership, which includes shipping. It's $50 per month. Again, that will include your kits to make 6 cards, 2 of each of 3 designs, as well as a minimum of $20 in free Stampin' Up! Product. Your second option is the pickup kit. That is $40, so you're going to save $10 on shipping, and you basically just need to come pick it up from my porch, okay? But I know everybody's on a budget, so if coming and picking it up is an option for you, then you can save $10 on the kit. Now, you will have until the 10th of each month to sign up, and then by the 25th, I will email out a PDF tutorial as well as a pre-recorded instructional video. I will mail out the kits, and for those picking up on the 25th, they will also be available for pickup. Now, if you subscribe for a minimum of 6 months in a row, I will also throw in a $25 coupon to spend on anything in any of our current catalogs at the time. Okay, so it's a really great option if you like subscription boxes and you're looking for something to do and something fun each month. This is going to be the way to go. Okay. So, The card we're making today is going to be focused on the Snail Mail product suite. That is because earlier this week I posted that I'm absolutely in love with these little snails, and so everything this week is surrounded by this suite. Okay, so this suite is called the Snail Mail Suite Collection. It's $95, and it includes your stamp set, your dies, 2 spools of ribbon, your resin heart dots, and then a 12 by 12 pack of Snail Mail Designer Series paper. So you're getting all of this for 95 bucks. It's a really good deal. Plus, right now, because it's Celebration, you'll actually get to pick a free Celebration item. So super worth getting. This is an adorable suite, and I'll show you why. So the card we're going to be making today is called a Magic Slider card. And the reason why we call it that is because when you pull this little tab, your little black and white snail in the middle becomes colored. So how cute is that? I'll just show you one more time. So now he's black and white, and now he's colored. It's so much fun. This is such a magical card. It would be great to give to anybody. And so I'll just get into it here. So the first thing you're going to want is a base piece of cardstock. I am using the Blushing Bride pink cardstock. It measures 4 1/4 inch by 5 1/2 inches. Okay. And then you'll need a piece of Designer Series paper. Actually, let me just make sure. Yes, I've got this right. Okay. So you'll need a piece of Designer Series paper that measures 5 1/2 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then you're going to score it at 1/2 inch on 3 of the sides. So you're going to do it on your left side, your right side, and the bottom side. Then you're going to get your paper snips, and you're going to cut off the bottom corners at an angle where your 2 score lines meet. You're going to cut right through it. Just like that, and then you're going to go to the top, and from the score line to the edge of your paper, you're just going to cut off at an angle. Just like that. Okay. Next, you're going to need to punch a window into this. So I've got my 2 1/4 inch circle punch, and I am just going to slide the top of my DSP into the punch and center it approximately, and I've slid it in as far as it will go. And I'll just punch that out. Set that aside. We no longer need the punch here. Okay, so that's your DSP piece. Okay. Next, you're going to want an insert piece. So this insert piece measures 4 3/4 inch by 3 3/4 inch. And then you're going to need to create some bumpers for this piece of paper. So, and I'll show you what I mean by bumpers. So you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 4 3/4 inch by 1/2 inch. And then you're going to need 4 pieces of cardstock that measure 2 3/4 inch by 1/4 inch. And I'll show you how to attach these bumpers first before we get into the cutting of the rest of our supplies here for this card. So with these 1/2 inch strips, you are going to take some mono multi-glue. See if I can get it going here. It's in. Okay. And you're going to glue these to the left and right sides of your insert cardstock piece. Okay. Just like that. And then you're going to do the same thing, glue this on the other side. So you're going to glue these 1/2 inch bumper pieces onto the outer edges. And you'll see why I do this in just a moment as we make the card. So I'm just going to make sure that this all fits in here. Perfect. Okay, so we've got our side bumpers on. Then what you're going to do is take 2 pieces of these 2 3/4 inch by 1/4 inch. You're going to put glue on one side of one of them and glue 2 of them together just to make them a thick bumper. And these, I guess we wouldn't call these bumpers, but more stoppers, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So you'll do the same thing with the other 2 pieces. You'll just glue them together. Okay, just like so. glue a little bit. Okay, so now you're left with these 2 strips that have been glued together. Now with one of them, you're going to flip your insert piece over so that your bumpers are on the back. And then you're going to glue this one stopper to the top of your insert in between the 2 bumper pieces you've created. So I'm just looking, and yes, they're in between. And there we go. So that's at the top of your piece on the back. Okay, so hopefully that is not as clear as mud. And we're going to save our other little stopper piece for just a moment. I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a second. So now you will also need a white sheet or basic white piece of cardstock. This measures 4 1/4 inch by 2 3/4 inch. And then you will also need a window sheet of the same measurement. So again, it's 4 1/4 inch by 2 3/4 inch. Okay. And I'm going to show you how we're going to stamp. These are the 2 pieces. We are going to stamp our snail on both of these pieces of cardstock. Okay. I see we have a few people who have joined us, so just while I'm getting my Stamparatus ready, I just want to say hi to Deneen and Connie and Kathy. It looks like we have Lorraine watching as well. Thanks you so much, guys, for tuning in and watching me today. So what I've gotten out now is my Stamparatus, and I've got some grid paper on here that I'm going to use, as well as my silicone mat just for stamping, so I make sure I get a nice clean stamping image. And I'm just going to use the grid paper to line up my cardstock so that it is going to sit in the same, so that I know where to put my window sheet as well. Okay, so they're both going to sit in the same spot. Let me just make sure I've got that. Yeah, I've got that on here well. So I've lined it up on my grid paper. And then what I'm going to do is, so that I know where my snail is going to sit, I am going to put my Designer Series paper window right on top, and I'm going to center it approximately. Okay, so that looks about center here. Okay, then I'm going to take my cute little snail, so you guys can see this, and I'm just going to put him in the center of the window so that I know that that's where I want him to sit. And I'm going to close the Stamparatus up and attach it to the left side of my Stamparatus. Now we no longer need the DSB because we were just using it as a guide. And so I'm going to take my magnets and pin my piece of cardstock down. Okay, just like that. And now our stamping. So for this image, you're going to want to stamp with our Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I only want to get ink on the snail and not on the saying that's on there. So what I've done is I have cut a piece of Post-it note, and I'm just going to cut this at an angle because I only want to cover the wording and not the snail. So this is kind of like a masking technique for when you're inking up. And then I'm going to take my Memento ink pad and I'm just going to ink it up. Now I'm going to get ink on the Post-it note, but that doesn't matter because we're going to remove the Post-it note now, and you can see that we don't have ink on the wording. So now I can close my Stamparatus and stamp our cute little snail. Now I am going to take that piece out. Actually, you know what? We're going to leave that in. So I had it lined up on that line. I'm going to line up my window sheet directly on top of it. Just like so. Again, I'm going to use my magnets to hold it in place. And I'm just going to get, so I don't need my Memento ink pad anymore. I'm just going to put that away for a second. So for this next stamped image, we are going to need to use your StazOn ink. So I'm just cleaning off the Memento from my snail. And the reason why we're going to use the StazOn ink pad is because it is a permanent ink. So it will stamp to something glossy like the clear window sheets. So again, I'm just going to get my Post-it note, cover up the wording, and do the same thing but with the StazOn ink. I'm just going to really ink it up here so it's nice and juicy. Remove my Post-it. And then we're going to stamp onto the window. just like this. I see we have a few more people who have joined us. Susan and Joy, thank you so much for joining. All right, so we've got that done. I'm going to stamp him one more time, just because we're stamping onto something glossy. I just want to make sure that we've got a nice solid black image on the window sheet. So I'm repeating this step on the window sheet only, just to make sure we've got a nice crisp image. Thank you, Kathy. I do love the slider cards as well. I'll show you guys a few other examples of the slider cards that I made this week because I was having so much fun making them. Okay, so I'm done with that. I'm just going to get my chamois and clean off my snail. And I will have to use some Stays On cleaner to clean him off a little bit later, but I'll do that off video so you guys don't have to watch that. And now I've got my two stamped images so that you can see. I'll move this guy over. So now we've got basically two snails. We've got a snail on our Whisper White and a snail on our window sheet. Now, if for some reason when you're stamping your window sheet smudges or something, you can actually use our Stays On cleaner and a little paper towel and just wipe it off, and then you can stamp again. So that's what's really great about the Stays On cleaner, is it also cleans these window sheets if you ever make a mistake. So I'm just going to set that aside. Okay, and now I need to put a greeting on here. So I've got this cute little hello greeting, and I'm going to use my Real Red ink pad. I'm going to ink up my saying. And I'm just going to put it right below, like directly below the snail. Just like that. Okay. Put my ink pad away. And now I'm going to color this little guy. So I've got my dark Bermuda Bay Stampin' Blend. And I'm just going to put that kind of along the bottom of his body. And then I'm going to blend the light color in. Just bear with me. So this is where we get our colored snail from. So the snail without the coloring is going to remain on the window sheet. Just like this. Hopefully you guys can't hear my belly rumbling because I'm a little hungry right now. It is lunchtime. So I'm using the dark Real Red Stampin' Blend to color his shell. I'm just kind of doing the outline, and then I'm going to get the light red, Real Red Stampin' Blend and color in the rest. Just like that. And there's a little heart on that envelope, so I'm getting the dark flamingo pink, just coloring in the heart with the dark color. Now I'm also going to get, I've got the dark Smoky Slate Stampin' Blend, and I'm just going to, along the bottom of him, kind of create a little shadow. Just like that. Okay, perfect. So that's done. Now, you remember we created this second bumper that we haven't glued onto anything yet. So this second little bumper or stopper, whatever you would call, gets glued to the front of your Whisper White piece, or basic white, at the very bottom. So I'm just going to get my green glue again and get some glue on here. Put it on and glue it to the bottom. This Fancy Fold Friday card today has a lot of steps, so I hope you're following closely. I will post the tutorial on my blog, so if you guys aren't subscribers yet, make sure you head over and hit subscribe so that you get noticed or notified when I post them. Okay, so what is our next step? So our next step, I've got a scrap piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock, and I've got my label punch here, and I'm just going to punch out my label. And I'm going to cut this in half, and I'm going to use my Stampin' trimmer to do that. So I am just lining this up, maybe not half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. So I'm lining up this little corner right here on the 3/4 inch line, just so that I get the same cut on both sides. I'm cutting it in half. And then I'm going to flip this one over and do the same thing. I'm going to line it up at the 3/4 of an inch line, right about there, and trim that little piece off because it just is a little bit too long if I cut it directly in half. So then I've got these 2 tabs that are the same. Oop. Now to attach this, I'm going to use some tear and tape adhesive. I'm going to put a strip along the bottom on this one and the top, and then just the bottom on the other one. Okay, so I'm going to take this one first, and I'm going to put it on the back of this piece, sort of in the center. Center as it's going to be. Oh, that looks good to me there. Yeah, perfect. Okay, now I'm going to line up my window sheet on top, and I'm going to take the backing off the tear and tape adhesive from the other tab I've created. Now you could also use staples as well, but I'm just not a fan of staples, so I'm using the tear and tape adhesive because it's very sticky and will hold my 2 pieces together. Okay, so I'm going to line up my 2 snails so that they are perfect, and then I'm going to place this other tab on top of the other one and on top of the window. Just like that. So now they're stuck together, but they're only stuck together using this tab right here. So as you can see, if I lift it up, we've got kind of like a flap here, okay? Now for some assembly. Okay, so you're going to take your DSB and you're going to flip it over. And you're going to take your insert and flip it over so that your stopper is at the front. And you're going to line it up at the bottom and fold the flaps over and glue this in. So I'm going to first fold my flaps on my DSB and burnish them so that it makes gluing them to my insert piece a little easier. And I'll show you what I mean here. So I am going to get my Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to run a piece along. This is the bottom flap. Just going to make sure I got it all over there. Okay. And I'm going to slide my insert all the way to the bottom score line and center it, and then fold the flap up. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same things on the left and right sides. Just fold them in using some Stampin' Seal. Okay, just like that. Now we are going to open our window from our cardstock, and we are going to slide it in and flip this over. There's quite a few steps, guys, so bear with me. So we've got this one going. Now you're going to take some Snail, and wherever your slider piece is, you will not put any glue, but you will put some seal wherever it is not sitting. So I'm going to do left and right sides on the bottom, and on this side, just like so. And then I'm going to take this base piece that we cut, and I am going to glue it just like this. There you go. So now when I pull this up, that little stopper that we had stops it from coming out any further. And then your bumpers on the side keep it from going too much like this, okay? So just like that. So basically now we just have to decorate the card. So I've got a piece of Bermuda Bay cardstock that measures 3 inches by 1 1/4 inch, and I've got a piece of real red cardstock that measures 3 inches by 1 inch. On the real red cardstock, I'm going to cut in kind of like a little banner edge, just like so. And on the Bermuda Bay piece, I am going to cut an arrow, just like that. And then I'm going to put some glue on the real red. I'm using my Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to layer one on top of the other. That looks good to me, just about like that. And I'm just going to cut off this extra piece of real red because I don't need it. So you've got a piece that looks like that, and then I'm going to glue it right down to the front of my card on the bottom. And again, I'm just going to use my Stampin' seal. Right about there. And now I've already stamped and punched out using our postage stamp punch, as well as the dies for the little envelope that they come with, this cute little Happy Mail enclosed image. And I'm going to use some dimensionals to attach them to the front of my card. So I'm just going to put a couple dimensionals on the back here. I see we have Candace watching as well. Thank you so much, Candace, for joining me today. Now this needs some like bling and embellishments on it. So I am going to get the Snail Mail Twine Combo Pack that coordinates with this product suite. And I absolutely love this ribbon, or this twine. I'm a big fan of twine when I'm stamping. And I'm going to hold them both together and create a bow using both colors. So I'm just going to do it like this. And the reason why I haven't cut pieces off is because then I don't waste any of it. So now I can get my tails the same length. Don't need that anymore. And to attach, I'm going to put this on my card right there. And I'm going to attach it using the adhesive dots that we have. Our glue dots, sorry. I'm just going to use one glue dot and attach them there. Thank you, Susan. I know this guy is so cute, isn't it? And yes, Sharon, this is definitely my favorite suite. That's why I'm showing it all week, because I just have to show its versatility. And now, because I know I always say cards are not complete unless it has some sort of bling on it, so I've got my rhinestone basic jewels out, and I'm just going to put some bling on to finish the card up. Put these over there. We'll use another big one right here and right there. And that's it, guys. So that is the magic slider card using the Snail Mail product suite. How friggin' adorable is this? This is so cute. Now, if you're wondering where you would write your greeting to whoever you're giving this to, you could write the greeting on the back. So if you wanted to attach a piece of Whisper White cardstock, you could. But you can also flip it over and write there if you want. It's kind of up to you, but how cute is this? I just love these magic cards. Just to show you how much fun I've been having with them this week. So I used the same Snail Mail product suite, but I made a couple of different versions. So there's this one using the other snail. He's got the same little hello, but he's just a little different, different color scheme. And then I used the back of the other designer series paper to make this one. How cute is he? I love him. I love these little snails. They just make me so happy. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. A couple of last things before I let you go. I just want to remind you that Saleabration does end at the end of February on the 28th. So if you are wanting some free product, make sure you place your order now. With a $60 order, you get a level 1 item, and with a $120 order, you get a level 2 item. As well, I know it's a little early, but I want to bring up that the annual catalog is going to be ending, I believe, at the end of May, and that means that the 2019 to 2021 in colors are retiring. So the in colors that are going to be retiring are Rococo Rose, Terracotta Tile, Pretty Peacock, Seaside Spray, and Purple Posy. So now is your chance to stock up on these colors, either ink pads, re-inkers, cardstock, ribbon. Now is your chance before it's too late, because it will be while supplies last. So don't wait till the last minute. If you love these colors, stock up now. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a fantastic long weekend.